My approach to any problem in my life, if I have a problem in my life, I will do one of two things. Either I will do nothing, completely ignore it, or I will do magic. By which I mean a ridiculous immediate solution, okay? For example, I was living in a flat share and 10 months before I moved out, the light bulb in the toilet blew, okay? So I weed in the dark for 10 months. I love that it didn't even cross my mind to go, oh, maybe I should fix that. I just went, well, this is my life now. Part of my life involves weeing in the dark. Solutions are for people too dumb to realise you can ignore problems.
So I went, I'm going to have to send someone into the store. But the store is in London, right? Thankfully, I know someone in London. Kath's best friend lives in London. And when I say best friend, let's remember that we are lesbians and it is her ex-girlfriend. That's Jess and Kath. And that's when they rode a tandem bike across Scotland. That's so gay.
Because every woman is different. Every man is the same. You know, you don't need Google Maps with a man. You know, with a woman you need Google Maps because every woman is different. Every man is the same. You don't need Google Maps. A man is like the LIE. Get on it, don't get off it. You're in Riverhead. You can't fuck this up. Women, every time you meet a new woman, a whole new set of directions. You know, you meet one woman, you kiss them on the neck. They're like, oh, you got me. I'm saturated. Yeah, I know women. Women like to be kissed on the neck. You know, then you meet another woman, you kiss them on the neck, they're like, oh my God, I'm too ticklish, oh my God, don't touch me there. Recalculating route.
I used to have great tits, I'm going to be honest with you. I used to have a bloody good set of baps. Not anymore! Oh, not anymore! My tits haven't been together for a very long time. Just waving at each other from across my chest going, are you right, babe? How you been? I haven't seen you for ages. Oh, I've just been under her armpit for the last 3 hours. I bent down to pick up one of my kids' toys recently. A little bit of wee came out. I thought, I didn't even give birth to these children. What the hell?
And don't be the there's always somebody like, I like staying in hotels. Somebody's like, hotels are filthy. I'm going to show you a YouTube video where somebody went in with a black light. Don't do that. Don't be that person. I know, I'm not an asshole. I'm aware of what the world is like. Let people like what they like. Don't think that you're better because you ruined what somebody else enjoys. Oh, you like hotels? Don't look behind the curtains. That's rough. That's the type of person's like, oh, you like shrimp? You know that line on the back is poop. Shut the fuck up. Let people like what they like.
Because that's the thing, you try to be good. But then you go doing drugs and sure, listen. Like if you do MDMA, there's no right or wrong, you know? It's only right or tremendous, you know? Like for me, MDMA stands for morals don't matter anymore. Oh. But the problem is the next day you have to continue being alive. You're going to find this out tomorrow. But the next day you have to continue being alive. And I even remember the day after I did that, I kissed your one. I woke up. Oh, gee. That deep hatred of yourself. Oh. What? I'm no good. My father was right about me. They were all right, you know. I remember I felt this deep shame and guilt. And I drove to my friend's house, the American guy. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm such a scumbag. I kissed this girl, her boyfriend was in the other room. I'm just such a fucking piece of shit. And my American friend was like, dude, this is not on you, dude. She's not your girlfriend, brother. Dude, you didn't even fuck her. Why didn't you fuck her, dude? And again, in that moment, it was the first time I understood America's foreign policy. You know, I understood. Iraq made sense, you know? Ah, yes, fuck everyone, you know? And that's why there's so many serial killers in America. It's not because of the serial killers, it's because they're friends, you know? Because you know there was a day that Jeffrey Dahmer walked into a kitchen and he just there, well, Brian, I gotta tell you something. I've been killing people. I've been eating people. It just ain't no damn good. And his friend was like, dude, this is not on you, dude. People taste delicious, brother. I mean, dude, you're not even fucking them. Why aren't you fucking them, dude? And he's like, well, Brian, I have been fucking them. That's mainly what I've been doing, truth be told. I'm doing a lot of MDMA of late, you know.
I have been working on some feminist literature ebooks from the point of view of a dude. These are all available to buy right now via 4chan's version of the Kindle store. Thanks to the publisher Ayn Random House. So I want to share these with y'all. Do y'all know the book The Awakening by Kate Chopin? You know this book, The Awakening by Kate Chopin? Well, if you're unfamiliar, spoiler alert, at the end of the story, a woman walks into the ocean and kills herself. Well, I thought that was a little sad. So in my version, she still walks into the ocean and kills herself. But she is wearing the tightest fucking bikini. And it's called The Awakening.
I love it. Technology, amazing. Huge part of my life. I mean, I wish I hadn't told Facebook I was single. Don't do that. Facebook goes, oh, you're single, are you? Cool. Here's 500 ads a day about singles in your area, being single, and how gross your body probably is. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate it. But otherwise, love it. Like, my phone and my computer are my most prized possessions in the world. And I treat them like shit. I've used my laptop to fix a wobbly table. That's not cool. I know. I've thrown my phone at a window to scare a pigeon. I know. And I think it's because we take this stuff for granted. Like, you get this incredible product, and then for like a week, you're like, oh, the precious. And then after a while, you're like, whatever. And I think I've got an idea of how we could stop taking our stuff for granted, because I want to stop taking it for granted, all right? What if our things, our appliances and our equipment and our stuff, bless you, had a voice that sounded as surprised as we should be about what it's doing, if that makes sense. So it could be as simple as, hey, I just boiled water over here. I just boiled water. It was cold before, now it's hot, because of me, yeah. Wouldn't you be more inclined to go, wow, thanks, kettle, fantastic. Or like, hey, I just took your feces away. I just took it away. It was right near you. You hated that. It stank. Now it's gone because of me. Yeah. Just like, oh my goodness. Thanks, toilet. Brilliant. Or like, hey, I just let you watch people you don't know have sex. You didn't even know them. You can watch them have sex up close because of me. Yeah. You're like, wow. Thanks, binoculars. It was a long road for that, wasn't it? Like, oh, fuck. Okay. Here's how much I love technology. I sleep with my laptop in bed with me. Oh, yeah. Does anyone else do that? Also single? Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. When you're single, interesting thing happens to the other side of your bed, right? Because it's the other side of the bed, but it's now also other things as well. And I don't want to brag. I got a double bed, guys. And I tell you what, it's an investment bed. It's the bed I'm going to die in. I'm done for beds. It costs over $1,000. It's done. I'm done for beds. Has anyone got the bed they're going to die in? What? You buy your bed for that many? What? I mean, you don't know. Hey, play your cards right. I might have bought the bed you're going to die in. It's not right, is it? I mean, it's right, but it's not right. Anyway, my bed is incredible. I love it. Everyone in this room has laid down on at least one amazing bed. You know when you get on it, you're like, oh, fuck, yeah. You know, this is my impression of an incredible bed. I've got you, full support. I've got your head and your feet. Try and trick me. I've got you anywhere you go. I've got you. Now, this is a very exciting / terrifying part of the show because, as far as I am aware, I am the only comedian currently doing bed impressions. So, yeah, it's experimental, it's interesting. So what I'm planning to do, and yes, it's being recorded, is get you lovely people to shout out a few different types of beds, and I will attempt to do an impression for you. I will give you a take. This is one that I have previously thought of, and a hotel room bed. Okay, let's start there. Hotel room bed. Ready? Hotel room bed. No more. I'll never be clean. Okay, great. All right, that was a good place to start. So, We'll just have fun. Someone shout out a couple of types of bed. Memory foam, futon, hospital bed. Oh, okay. This is fucking great. Okay. Memory foam. We meet again. Done. Hospital bed. Okay, hold on. Hospital bed. I may be covered in pee, but I'm part robot. Do two more. So futon. I mean, I'm just a big cushion. And was there waterbed? Okay. Waterbed. I know there's more than you think. When you start, you're like, what was this? Waterbed. Oh, so sexy. I'm weirdly a sex symbol in the 80s, which is bizarre because I would be very difficult to have sex on. Just try and fuck on me. Just try. I push you over there. I push her over here. Okay. All right. Guys. That went better than it should have. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll move on. So the other side of my bed where I put my laptop is another side of the bed, but it's also other things. I put my laptop on there, so it's also a desk, all right? I put a bunch of books on there. It is also a bookshelf. I put clothes. It is also a wardrobe. It is also a medicine cabinet. It is also a cosmetics counter. It is a fridge. It is a bin. It is a huge pile of I have a pot plant on there at the moment. If I actually wanted to have a one-night stand, it would have to be with a removalist. It is a giant pile of everything I could ever need within reach, okay? And I sleep beside my giant pile of shit. It's quite nice. It's like being spooned by a garage sale. And every morning I wake up and I roll over and I go, good morning, stuff. No, this is how I wake up. My alarm goes off and I go, what? Because alarms get the shittest deal out of everything we own. Like, they're just doing what we ask them to do, and we're furious every time. And you might not know this, but when you wake up in the morning, you go, what? Snooze. Alarm and snooze are actually good cop, bad cop in the mornings. They are, because alarm is like, get the fuck out of bed right now. And snooze is like, don't worry about him, I'm on your side. Take another 8 minutes, you deserve it. You're so pretty when you're sleeping. So one morning I woke up and I went, what? Snooze? And I rolled over and went, good morning, stuff. And I just happened to see someone walk past my window down the street and I had a horrible thought. I went, oh no, what if I end up being a hoarder? Like, a hoard's got to start somewhere. What if my pile of shit is the beginning of my hoard? Like, what if this little line on my hand that I've never looked at before actually says that I, die in 2032 and one of the 18 lawnmowers I keep in my kitchen fall on my head? No, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. It's just choices. Life is just choices. We're in control. That's it. It's just us making choices and doing stuff. Like, you've been in control of every decision that you've made your whole lives that have led to you all being in this room here this evening. But that doesn't mean anything. It's not like this was always going to happen, right? I mean, you could have been anywhere tonight. You're not. No, it's just choices. We're in control. We're in control. We make the choices, big and small choices, and dealing with the outcomes of that. That's it. That's all it is, which is great. Choice is excellent, obviously. I do occasionally find choice a bit stressful, though. My nightmare is that when you die, there's actually 2 white lights. Just as a final fuck you, wouldn't that be the worst? Come towards the light. Which one? Which one? Can't tell you, but one of them goes to the gym. No! Here's how I don't want to die, right? I'm not good at crossing the street because I'm from the country and tractors move slower than cars. Like, I'm not a good judge of how quickly a car is going to get to me. So I'm always that one where my friends are on the other side of the road. I'm like, yep, sorry, oh, could have gone. Oh, shit, sorry, but I don't want to get hit by a car while I'm doing this. To die within a moment of indecision is an excruciating thought to me. I don't want the last sound I make on this earth to be, ugh. I want it to be, no, David Tennant, you're the greatest lover that I've ever had.
When we got marriage equality, we'd have a lot of people ask us, they're like, oh, so you guys, will you guys get married? And we're like, oh, yeah, we'll probably get married. And then they'll be like, who's going to ask who? But who's going to ask who? Who's going to ask who? And it's like, it doesn't fucking matter, mate. But Kath said to me once, she said, I will ask you. I will ask you because if you ever ask me, I won't take you seriously. I'm like, that's probably fair. I do have... I made a little video and it just demonstrates why Kath is probably actually right about that statement. So let's watch the video. So we are just coming down from the top of Falls Creek. I just asked Kath to marry me and she said yes. I've been on the luge at Rotorua, and on the way down I asked Kath to marry me and she said yes. And I having a lovely time in Sydney in front of the Opera House just after they married me. Here we are at another beautiful winery, and I've just asked Kath to marry me. Yes, Kath. It's a winery that we were at 4 years ago, and Kath and I first started dating, so I thought it was a beautiful opportunity to ask Kath to marry me. And she said yes. And I asked Kath to marry me and she said yes, which is very convenient because I have it all set up. There we are. Been doing a lot of landscape gardening while we're here on holidays, and it's really great. So I asked her to marry me and she said yes.
Geraldine's going to tell you all that she's asking me to marry her, and I said yes, but it's all a big promise. Happy New Year! This is my favourite one ever.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Took me 5 years to make that, so much appreciated. Obviously, we love a winery. Love to travel, Kath and I. We love travelling. So I'm excited about our wedding, but I can't wait for the honeymoon. I'm pumped for the honeymoon. We love to travel, and here's the thing: when Kath and I travel, we like to do it like boomers or rich families. Yeah, like if there's a tour, we're fucking doing it. Yeah. Like to go to a place and be like, what's the number one thing to do here? What's the big tourist attraction here? Yeah, like for example, we went to Bunbury. People been to Bunbury? Yeah. Oh, cool. So you back me up on this. Went to Bunbury and we're like, what's the number one thing to do here? And in Bunbury, turns out it's ice. Yeah. But I've already done heaps of ice. So I was like, what else can we do in Bunbury? Bunbury dolphins. Go swimming with dolphins in Bunbury. That's the thing that you do there. And like I did it because I love a bit of adventure. But also swimming with dolphins was never high up on my list of things to do. And I know for some people it could be number one. Like people are, oh my God, I'd love to swim with dolphins. What an amazing experience. Just imagine being in the water. You'd just be so connected to them. Like, they're such amazing animals, yeah? But Like, do you know, here's the thing. Dolphins, they're great. Dolphins are great. But dolphins love sex. They love it. They love sex. And dolphins know that we know that they love sex. Yeah? I don't want to get in the water with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine a dolphin swimming. Ooh, swim with me. Oh, what? No, thank you. I would rather go swimming with sharks, yeah? And no, people are like, oh, but you could get attacked by a shark. I'm like, yes, but I would rather get attacked by a shark than tapped by a dolphin. We've been to the Waitomo Caves in New Zealand. If you ever get a chance to go there, highly recommend it, love it. And when you go, like there's like glowworms in the caves, right? And so when you go through, you've got a couple of options. Like you can walk through a bit of it, or you can go in a boat, or blackwater rafting, right? I was like, that's what we're doing. Blackwater rafting, sick, yes, right? So I booked it in, I was so excited, booked it in, I was reading the reviews, and there was one review that stuck out and one review that just went, this was so disappointing. I thought this was going to be much more exciting and exhilarating, but it was actually pretty tame, right? And Kath read it as well, and she went, oh, it is so annoying when people write these reviews and they've got no idea what they're talking about. I'm like, what do you mean? She went, it's blackwater rafting. And I went, yes. And she went, do you know what blackwater rafting is? And I went, no. I said, well, think about it. Like, whitewater rafting, yeah, it's called that because all the water's churned up and it's white, yeah? But blackwater rafting, the water is still. I'm like, So it's floating. And she went, yes. And I went, but in the dark, woo, let's go, right? So we went blackwater rafting, and I loved it. And like the tour guides are there, and they're like pumped and excited, and they're handing give you tubes, right, to fly it on, right? And they're handing out the tubes, and one of them gives one to me, and he goes, hey mate, take a big one. Take a big tube, more comfy. Take a big tube, more comfy. And I went, oh, cool, thanks, mate. That's a lie. A big tube is not more comfy, yeah? It's not more comfy at all. Big tube, that means a big hole, yeah? That means, like, everyone's, like, in the tube like that, and I'm going to be there, or they're my options. That's not comfy, right? And even at the start, like the guys, they're not even in their tubes, yeah? They're just walking alongside, holding their tubes. Come on, guys, we're going to float down. And I'm just floating alongside them. It's just great, having a great time. Eventually, I got sick of it, right? I got sick of that. I got sick of that. And I went, do you know what? I'm just going to get out. I'm just going to get out and walk. I can just, walk along and hold my tube. I don't need to be floating. I'll just get out and walk. And then I got out of my tube and went, whoa, that is deep. There is no walking here, right? It's so deep. And I don't know if you've ever been in deep water in a cave trying to get back into a big tube. It's hard, yeah? It's really tricky, like, because you want to boot and it flips over. But at this stage, the whole group has stopped, right? I'm up the back of the group because we've stopped because we're here to, like, look at the glowworms, right? So they start talking about the glowworms and I'm at the back just, that's really... I didn't know that about glowworms. And then someone's turned around and gone, oh, no, someone's fallen out of their tube. Someone's fallen out of their tube. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm all right. And then, like, one of the guys starts talking and going, guys, don't be embarrassed to tell us if you've fallen out of your tube, yeah? Don't be embarrassed. We can help you get back in your tube. Don't be embarrassed to tell us if you've fallen out of your tube. Oh, my God. I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I'm embarrassed to tell you I did it deliberately, but, I got back in my tube. It was all good. All right, one more adventure story. Went zip-lining in the Otways. Do it if you can. It's so much fun. Here's the thing about zip-lining is, like, basically you just go from treetop to treetop, right, in like a flying fox thing. And so it's a bit exciting. Also, you get a beautiful view of the forest, right? And we did it. And as we were walking through, basically you go up to a tree and they go, the zip-line, and there's halfway through, the guide was like, right, this next one, this is our longest one, right? And you'll notice because it's so long, we made the rope go up at the end, yeah? Because it's so long, you actually pick up a bit of speed, and so we make the rope go up at the end to stop you from smacking into the tree, right? I'm like, that's a great feature, yeah? Now, I don't know if your mind does this, but my mind, right, sometimes when it's listening to instructions, usually pretty early on, my mind will come in and be like, I reckon we've got this from here. So when they said the rope goes up at the end, basically what that means is it's there to slow you down, but it means that sometimes you might not make it to the end, right? So when they said that, my mind comes in with, hey, that's going to be you. Sorry, what? Have a look around, look at everybody else, you're not making it to the end. Okay. Do you know what to do if we don't make it to the end? No. Let's find out, right? So tune back in, just as the instructor goes, and that's what you do if you don't make it to the end, right? I was like, I'll be fine. I'll just watch what everyone else does, and because I wasn't first or anything, so I sat back and watched everyone. They all made it to the end, right? Then it was my turn. Now, like I said, you've got a harness and you've got a rope that attaches you to the flying fox thing. So when you go, you can hold on, right, to the bars, or you can let go, yeah? I'm a maverick, I'll let go. Did some sick tricks, like went back, flipped over, Superman, the salmon, like just heaps of lots of cool things. And then I could see the end coming up. I'm like, right, get back into position. Got back up, I got one foot on the platform, and then I rolled. Rolled back. And then all of a sudden there was a rope that was in front of me, and my mind's like, grab that. I'm like, got it. And correct, because the instructor was like, grab hold of the rope. And I'm like, yeah, got it, thank you. And then this is when I panicked a little bit, right? Because I didn't know what to do next, right? I was just hanging there I was just like, I could be here forever now, because I don't know what to do. Turns out though, I didn't need to worry, didn't need to panic, because I didn't have to do anything, yeah? It was just the instructor at the other end of that rope had to haul me in, yeah? So it was just her like this. And there's me, just dangling over the yachtways, just slowly being dragged in. I'm like a fat toddler that's been lifted up out of the car because they're pretending that they're still asleep. Looked at her the whole time, yeah? Just eye contact. I went, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to help you. And she goes, if you could just start walking. Oh, I'm at the end.
Any Chinese people in the crowd? Any Chinese? 中国人吗？你们是中国人吗？你是中国人吗？
I'm from Australia, mate.
Oh, you're from Australia. Okay. 我说中文你会听得懂吗？
一点点。
一点点，哇，挺好。那我跟你说中文，你就跟我说中文，没关系。你父母是哪里的？
中国人。
哦，中国人，中国哪里？
上海。
哦，上海，哇，挺好，哇。
谢谢。
Don't worry, they get uncomfortable. The crowd get uncomfortable because I'm prepared for the future and they are not. So it's difficult. Also, can you please verify that I was actually speaking Chinese? Because I know some people are like, oh my God, I saw the most racist thing yesterday. This white guy was on stage. He was like, any Chinese people? And then he chung-chung-ching this guy at the second table. I was like, cancel this guy already. Like, oh my God. Cancel him, seriously. Actually, before I continue, I just don't think this crowd really has had a good enough Chinese energy for this bit. If you could just play anything just to create a little more of a Chinese vibe in the crowd. First thing that comes to your head, just play it. Something a little less racist would have been great, but that's fine. I'm going to give you a pass on the gong. No, but I lived in China for a couple of years. I made a documentary about learning Chinese to do stand-up comedy in Mandarin. So I had to do all these challenges to help me learn the language. So one of the things I did was I got a job for a month in a Chinese restaurant. Now, you don't have to call it a Chinese restaurant there. It's just a restaurant, but... just so you know, I was a yin bing yuan, right? So I was a welcomer, okay? Customers would walk in and I would shout as loud as possible, 欢迎光临, right? Which means you're very welcome, okay? It's not like a host, it's not like, how many people in your party? Because there's only one party in China. So it's more like, that's right. The jokes are gonna come hard and fast. The Asians approve, just so you know. The jokes are going to come hard and fast now. I know you weren't expecting bilingual comedy on a Tuesday night in New York, but that's what you're getting. Concentrate. Yeah, I don't listen. Unless you've been to China, you will not have seen this job. The door opens, you shout, 欢迎光临. And of course, I was terrible at it, because every day I'd be like, 欢迎光临. And the customers would be like, whoa. Oh, your Chinese is so good. And I'd be like, then why the fuck are you speaking English? I would have thought if my Chinese was good, you would have spoken Chinese, but they love it when a white guy could speak Chinese. Like, any white guy here, you could learn ni hao off Dora the Explorer, go to Beijing tomorrow, be like, ni hao, and they'd be like, whoa! Oh, your Chinese is so good. You look like a David Beckham. What? Now, I'm not saying I look like David Beckham, but for the record, in China, I look like David Beckham, just so you know. And it makes me feel guilty because we do not get excited when they speak English. And I'm not talking about American-born Chinese or Australian-born Chinese. I'm talking about Chinese immigrants that are coming over here, clearly struggling in their second language. We do not reciprocate the same awe. I'll be in Flushing Main Street, Chinese person come up to me, be like, excuse me, where's Subway? I'm never like, whoa! Oh, your English is so good. 哇，你说的英文特别好，我操！ No, I'm just like, it's over there. And you're missing a verb. Not because I'm an asshole, by the way. That's the Chinese way, right? That's the Asian way. They're very direct. I miss that about China, honestly. The abruptness, We're so easily offended here. Everyone's so sensitive. Not a problem in China. If it's in their head, it's coming out of their mouth. Like, if you're fat in China, they'll just be like, whoa, you are so fat. And if you get offended, they'd be like, well, don't be fat. I don't understand. You don't have to be fat, right? They don't give a fuck. They think we have massive noses. I never knew I had a big nose until I moved to China. Every Chinese woman I met was like, "What? Ni pizza tibia da." Your nose is huge. I had to tell them that is not a compliment in the West. I went for a massage one time. This masseuse kept rubbing my nose every 5 minutes like a genie was going to come out of my nostril. She was like, "Oh my God, it's so big." I was like, if you could say that at the end of the massage too, that'd be great. It's a hand job joke, Lithuania. So they call us Lawai, right? If you go to China, you will be a Lawai. It means foreigner, okay? It's not a negative term, Lawai. You are a foreigner, right? But what I've discovered is when they immigrate to the United States, they still call us Lawai. Now, you don't know they're calling you a Lawai because you don't speak Chinese. When you go for Chinese food, they're calling you a Lawai. But I know when I go for Chinese food because I'm like a spy. I speak Chinese. I'm like a balloon hovering over the restaurant. I know what they're saying about us. I catch them calling me a lawa all the time. They'll be like, hey, those dumplings are for the lawa. I'll be like, hey, we're in America. You're the lawa. And they'll be like, oh, whoa, woman, lawa. Whoa, we are the lawa. Whoa. Ooh, your Chinese is so good. And this is all real, by the way. You know, I feel like sometimes people think I'm like making this shit up, but I really did live in China. I ended up staying there for 2 years. I loved it so much. And I did this job for real. You know, if you're bored one day, go on YouTube, Breaking China, 6-part series about my time in China. Episode 3 is about my time in the restaurant. I actually went from Beijing to Heilongjiang on the border of Russia, and I worked as a Yinbing Yuan every day, right? And then 3 weeks into it, I had an amazing cultural experience. These 2 drunken Chinese guys walked in. I did my best. And then one of them, really loudly, in front of the whole restaurant, goes, and mocks my Chinese in front of the whole restaurant. I was like, hold on a minute, buddy. You can me. I'm the only white guy in this tiny Chinese city of 1.3 million people. That's racist, yeah? Because if I was in New York or Dublin and I walked into the Chinese restaurant and the welcomer was like, oh, you are very welcome. And I went, oh, you are very welcome. Welcome to our restaurant. I'd be arrested. So don't me, motherfucker. I'll tell you right now, buddy, you're lucky. You're lucky I'm a comedian, because I would have been upset, except the minute that you said that, I couldn't help but think, this story's gonna rip it when I bring it to New York in 2023. So thanks to him. Thanks to you guys. 谢谢. 感谢你们的支持. 谢谢. Thank you.
I was kind of a hypocrite through the whole pandemic. Like, I tell you get vaccine. I tell you trust science. I went on a cruise. During the pandemic. Yeah, all right, here it is. Well, first off, of course the cruise was going to happen. It was a cruise, it was a heavy metal cruise. It was a cruise filled with heavy metal bands. Of course that was going to set sail. Metalheads are not scared of viruses. Do you know metalheads, like old school? They half of them are walking around with gonorrhea that they got at the original Ozfest. And they're proud of it. They're hanging on to it like it's a sourdough starter. They're like, yeah, man, these warts saw Randy Rhoads live, dude. They had protocols. I forget whichever test is where you do a test in front of your computer and then a doctor's watching you from the doctor. I just gave a stranger access to my webcam. This special might not be the thing you see on the internet of me coming up soon. Yeah, I'm like, why are you just in a bedroom too, man? Like, be in a laboratory. You got the same bad lighting setup as me. What is that, a Mudvayne poster in the back? You just work for the cruise. You work for the cruise. I got this stranger, and I'm just in my room. He's watching me. I'm 4 knuckles deep with a Q-tip into my gray matter. That's the closest I'm ever going to feel to a cam girl, was that moment. It's a guy just watching me drill my orifice. Oh, deeper, daddy? Okay. What do you want me to do now? Spin it a little? Ooh, you're sick. You're naughty. They say they take protocols. They go, we will do an intensive questionnaire to make sure you're healthy. It's when they give you the questionnaire. You spend all your money to get on the boat, then you spend your money to fly to get to the port city, and then your bags are packed. They take your bags, those are on the boat. All your money, all the shit's on the boat. And there's a little guy in a fun kiosk, if you've never been on a cruise. There's a guy before you get on the boat, and he's just a little party guy. Maybe he's got maracas or something. Right? Like, time to buy your drink package, so you have to gamble on how much booze you think you're going to drink on the cruise before you get on the cruise. And nobody is tame at that point. You're going on a cruise. Nobody's like, I better go for the bronze tier. I'm probably going to take it easy on the way to Cozumel. No. Everybody's like, fucking diamond package, baby. I will absolutely drink $975 worth of alcohol every day on this cruise. You will not. You absolutely will not. By the next day, you will have one shaky glass of white wine in your hand. Just like, I at least got to break 150 to feel good about myself. You're going to poison yourself out of your own frugality. And now you spend more money on that. Now it's time to get on the boat, and here we go. And now you're on the plank, on the way to the boat. There's the boat. Seawater is just underneath you. Fish and dolphins. There's the land. Sayonara, suckers. And that's when they hand you the questionnaire. That's where they expect you to be truthful about your ailments in that moment. And everybody, like nobody's, I got the sniffles, always or never. What do you want me to say? What? My parents are first cousins. You bet your ass they are. Let me on this boat. There's zip lines to be zipped. One of the questions is like, do you have diarrhea? How dare you? Do I have diarrhea? I'm going on a cruise. If I don't have it now, give me 20 minutes. In a half hour, I'll be on my third crab daiquiri of this voyage. It is not a drink that is included in the diamond package. It's one that I'll assemble myself by getting a pitcher of any tropical beverage that I will then take right to the buffet, which I will treat like a death row inmate. Asparagus dipped in hot fudge, why not? We're gonna die. That's where I'll get an armful of crab legs and hang them off the pitcher, what for dipping? In 45 minutes, an employee of this cruise line will come by the hot tub where I've parked myself and tell me to cease my behavior immediately because I will be in that hot tub playing my favorite game of all time called Guess the Catch of the Day. It's not a game, it's really just a sex crime. It's where I, Kyle Kinane, am sitting there swirling one crab leg around whatever warm gin and fruit is left in the pitcher. I'll be wearing men's swim trunks, the old-timey kind where there's an outer shell and an inner panty. Any stranger unfortunate enough to sit in that hot tub with me will now be a contestant of the game. And I'll say, I wonder what the catch of the day is. And they'll go, catch of the day. And that's why I'll just move the outer shell to the side, revealing my netted genitals. And I'll say, oh, it looks like a shrimp and 2 scallops today. That's the game. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. Do I have diarrhea? I'll shit off the side of this boat if I want to. I'll hang my lily white ass off the mezzanine and I will unload into the life rafts. Women and children first, be my guest. What are you gonna do? Turn it around? We're in international waters, bitch. Don't call yourself Carnival if you're not ready for the implications. I don't go on many cruises. But that's the thing, like, listen, I'm gonna go on to vaccine. I'm pro-vaccine, pro-science, but I behave in very anti-vax ways. One of those is I keep eating at Chipotle. I know it's dangerous, and I engage in that behavior freely. I'm like, it's freedom, not fear. I will not live in a prison made up of your paranoia. Now, well, they got that white queso dip back on the menu anyway. Also, Chipotle kills people every year. Every year, Chipotle has to have a press conference where they're like, yeah. I'm surprised we're back here again, too, but somebody pissed in the spinach again or something. You know? Anyway, long story short, we're sorry for your loss, you know, we're sorry. But we're gonna make it up to you. We're gonna offer a BOGO every Tuesday in July for your loss. You get an extra burrito on account of the law of your bereavement burrito. It's bereaved for your bereavement. There's some. It'll tie together later. So I ate that. And like I can self-diagnose food poisoning at this point. I'm pretty familiar. I'm like, here we go again. Dancing with this smelly mistress another evening. Food poisoning moves around your torso in a way that it's just looking for a way out. It's like a bank heist went south and their plan B wasn't really dialed in. You're like, oh, the front doors are blocked off. What do we do, boss? I don't know. We can tunnel out the basement or jump off the roof, but we're getting out of this bitch one way or another. Like, that's food poisoning. This was different. This did not behave like this. This just started making a little nest for itself. The doctor's like, yeah, your appendix is inflamed. It hasn't ruptured yet, but just go to the ER because they're gonna have to get it out of there. So I went to the ER. I went to a suburban hospital. I can tell it's suburban because the doctor was very just unimpressed with having to do another appendectomy. Just another boring day at the office for this surgeon. You could tell he's out in the suburbs like, can't we get a goddamn knife fight in this town? I went to school for real shit. As he came in the room I was in, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you So we're gonna give you a laparoscopic appendectomy. He said that once. He only said that one time, laparoscopic appendectomy. And that was enough too, because I was like, whoo, uh-oh. Because they charge by the syllable. So you know it's like, laparoscopic appendectomy. Esquire, the third, pump the brakes. After that, he just called it a lappy-appy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of a nonchalant attitude from a surgeon. Say the whole word. Earn your money, say laparoscopic appendectomy. He wasn't even saying it to make me feel comfortable. He was just saying it out of just shortening his job. Because they were saying it out in the hallway too. They were just like, what's in room 9? It's a lappy-appy, it's nothing exciting. Like, don't do cute nicknames before the procedure. If I live, we could be adorable afterwards. Afterwards, just shit, man, we could put glitter on the scars. I don't give a shit. But beforehand, say the whole term, make me feel safe. I have to go under anesthesia. People don't make it through anesthesia sometimes. I could still die, even if it's routine. What if I die? That's it. I died without any information about what was happening. I just show up in heaven or whatever I qualify for at this point. I don't know. I definitely have some strikes against my license by now. But anywhere you wind up where some ethereal being with a clipboard's like, oh man, you weren't on the schedule today, and the best I can say is like, I guess my lappy-appy went whoopsie-poopsie. Didn't get much more information than that. But yeah, well, thank God it went okie dokie, so we're here today. But so I was thinking, but like, that's, unless you had a situation where it ruptured and inflamed, you have an appendix in your body right now doing nothing. Except maybe making a doctor $25,000. And they just they let babies leave the hospital with that. Does this baby have an unlit stick of dynamite in it? You betcha. There's just a bunch of walk-in scratch-off tickets for doctors. Like, oh, it's my lucky day. New set of golf clubs. How about it? 25 grand. Meanwhile, I was circumcised like right away. That was the thing. That was the thing. Like, oh, we can't have him have that. Uh-oh, hey, we got another baby born with too much dick. God, man, can't believe you think if it was unnecessary, evolution would take care of it. Now these babies keep doing too much noodle. Oh, should we wait till he's old enough to make up his own mind? Nah, nobody's ever wanted more dick later in life. At least not in the United States. Nope, just an American celebrating his freedom going, I guess this is all right. Look, would like to have a choice. Why is that the worst thing? Why is that the most horrible part of a new baby boy? The devil's calamari. Get it off of him. Why is that? Why is that? Listen, I may have ruined calamari for some of you, and you know what? Good. I'm glad I did. We gotta stop eating those animals. They're smart animals. We gotta leave them alone. Those are intelligent things. I'm sorry for the next trip you take to the Olive Garden. That you don't get to enjoy your favorite app. No, you getting the calamari? Well, I can't. Maybe I could eat the whole squid, but I can't eat the rings. I can't do the rings. Why not? That's the best part. A guy said a thing. I don't want to ruin your experience. I can't. I just can't. You're going to dip that in marinara. Oh, I know we're here, but I do not feel like family right now.